it is possible that you might get a little overwhelmed in this current market right now. So I would like to speak very honestly about what I think is the best approach in this market. And this is definitely not me saying that you should do this or you should do that. It depends on how much money you have to play with, what phase you are in with your current life, how much risk you are willing to take. And if you are willing to take a lot of risk, chase that 100x. If you are willing to take a little less risk, but to make quite sure, relative sure that you at least make some good money this bull run, hey, that's also approach. So let's take a look at that, man. First, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on. Welcome to the Fomo Factory. I have a little sore throat, so I won't be as ADHD as usual. Forgive me for not being a complete moron today. I will be back tomorrow. The thing is that sometimes I get comments on the channel like, you missed the bottom. And I feel like, okay, too many people are focused on the bottom or the top, right? Please don't try to chase the bottom and don't try to sell at the top. I said this before, like if, let's say, I think honestly that Bitcoin can go to 300K. Okay, a lot of people say like that's too high, but every prediction that was made in the past was too high as well, and then it happened. But that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna sell anything until Bitcoin hits 300K, right? If it hits 150, man, I already sold most of it probably, right? It should be a part of your strategy. Now, lately, altcoins have been going up quite hard, right? The whole market, Bitcoin has been going up, and now BNB is flying. Solana has been absolutely ripping. And if you are in crypto, you might feel like, oh man, shit, I am so fucking smart. I'm gonna call my dad and tell him he was wrong about me when he told me as a little baby that I wasn't worth it. And your dad probably gonna say, bruh, it's just crypto market doing its thing. You're definitely not worth it. Right? Please don't think you're smart. At least I don't think I'm smart. And that's a good thing, because if I consider myself stupid, I won't make any stupid decisions actually in crypto, because I think I can outsmart other people. Like crypto's player versus player. Okay, and I am playing against a lot of smart people right here. I'm not gonna involve in that. I'm gonna do my own little thing, all right? And just gonna make some steady, decent money with crypto, and I'm doing that, okay? And you can do exactly the same. I'm now making like passively 16K every month or so with crypto, and that's fine, right? That's fine. One, that's a good salary, right? Two, if you invest that, and man, the bull market is not like it is going to happen. This is not the bull market yet. Okay? It's not. It's not the bull market yet. If you look at crypto over the last whatever the fucks, this is the full-blown bull market. This is the full-blown bull market. This looks like a bull market. Definitely looks like a bull market. But if you look at the last cycle, you actually find out that, this part is kind of more where we are right now, right? Where we go up with 3-4x, and then it might get boring for a while. And then the explosive bull market happens after the halving, right? After the halving. Now I want to go over this. Important. Right? Let me start with that. It is fucking important, because you will get wrecked if you don't understand this. Stop focusing on the crypto bottom. The only key, like, let me start off with a spelling mistake right away, then you know that I confirmed my stupidness in here. The only single way to know that the bottom is in is when the bottom has already been in for a long while, right? And I want to break this tweet down so you actually know what I mean by this, right? Because if you, for example, and we can take Bitcoin as an example. This post is more focused on altcoins, by the way, but we can take Bitcoin as an example, right? The only way to know that the bottom is confirmed is to know after the bottom is in, right? If we go down, people call it bottom. Wasn't. bottom, wasn't, bottom, wasn't, bottom. Ah, you called it. Finally. Now we can go up, right? It's not predictable. It's not that we are here at the moment and people say, yeah, this is the bottom right now, right? It's You don't know that. And the danger is that people have been buying bottoms, buying bottoms, buying bottoms. And hey, for Bitcoin, it doesn't matter because I think like 85% of the current Bitcoin in circulation is now in profit, right? DCAing in Bitcoin during a bear market, if you don't start too soon, is good because you know that Bitcoin is going to stay around, right? Maybe the same goes for Ethereum, but there is no single other altcoin out there that you can do the same with, right? Because they are not as, you know, again, we know that Bitcoin will stay, right? Bitcoin is not going away, never. But you can say the same for Doge, right? Hey, can we all assume that there's a high chance that Doge won't go away this coming cycle? Yeah, of course. But are you willing to bet your fortune on it that Doge still will be around in 20 years? Well, I won't do it, right? And that's even one of the bigger altcoins, let alone all this shit underneath it, right? So people called the bottom for like 6 times over the last 2 years. 5 times they were wrong, and they paid for it, literally. Again, they paid for that. Again, not for Bitcoin, that will, that will stay, but for altcoins. Like if a lot of people I remember the hex hype, for example. God damn. And I was always very outspoken about hex, saying it was a piece of shit Ponzi and it's all bullshit and this and that. And of course I got a lot of hate for it because yeah, I say what I don't like as well, right? Like, yeah, okay, sorry. I'm sometimes having a little too much of an opinion about things. But it's also me, right? I'm not gonna block that. Like, I'm not gonna mute myself. But people were calling bottom, 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 bottom. Like, when is it then? Like, if it's not a dead project, then where the fuck is the bottom? Maybe this was it, right? Maybe this was it. Maybe this was it. Maybe this was it. Like, are you gonna buy every single dip in the hope that that was the bottom? You gonna pay for that. You're really gonna pay for that. And then you just buy it and you pray. You pray that like, oh, the bottom is now in. Like people, I know people were so proud. Hex right here, right? Did a 7x. Ooh, a dead project doesn't do a 7x, right? Well, and what did it do since then? It went down another 97%. Right? So even it did a 7x, for example, a project can still take all your money and literally make it go away. Like, poof, it's gone. Like that South Park meme, that's what Hex does, for example, right? But not just Hex, it's just a good example, right? But a lot of projects, they look like this. They won't make it. And therefore, I have a big I'm not a fan of calling the bottom, right? There are a lot of channels as well. They say all the time, buy this, buy this, buy this, bottom in, bottom in, bottom in. And at a certain point, they will be right, of course, because at a certain point, the bottom is in. And they will be remembered for that. But what happened to all the times that it wasn't? Got you wrecked, right? I rather don't lose money in the first place and then miss out on the little way up. But that's a strategy that I apply, at least. Will altcoins go lower? Probably. I wanted to say, yes, of course, you idiot. But nothing is sure in crypto. But 99.999% chance that altcoins will go lower than where they are right now, of course. Is the absolute bottom in for the collective altcoin market, though? Yeah, probably, right? If we do look at the altcoin market, then we have the others, right? If we have to make a new bottom collectively for the altcoin market, it has to go down 60, let's say 69%. Is it impossible? No, it could happen, right? I mean, if we do take a look at this cycle right here, it happened as well. Last cycle, it did happen. The cycle before that, it almost happened. Right? So, hey, it is, keep in mind that the possibility is there, okay? I know everyone and everything is extremely bullish right now. Halving coming up, Bitcoin ETF coming up, nothing can go wrong. It's the fucking world with people, okay? Stupid fucking people that fuck each other up and kill each other. Everything can go wrong, right? So yeah, the most speculative piece of asset of the most speculative piece of asset is, of course, in a position where it could go down 70% when nobody expects it, right? If you expect it, then yeah, where's the fun then? So yeah, it could happen. It could definitely go down. I want to express that very clearly. I'm not saying this will, right? I'm not saying this will happen, but I am saying you will be ignorant if you bet and if you act like you are sure that it cannot happen, right? Because yeah, again, one cycle before it almost happened, and the other cycle it did happen big time, right? And but people's best argument is always, yeah, but this time is different. No, this time is not different. All right, this time is not fucking different. This time we still live in the same world. This time altcoins are still very speculative. Yeah, we have good news about a Bitcoin ETF, which is also positive for altcoins for sure. But now we are also living in two wars. There is possible a recession coming up. The Fed might start cutting rates. That's a very big possibility, by the way, which is destructive for altcoins. Well, it's not likely. It is actually going to happen. The question is more like when. The market expects it to happen in January or March. So yes, that is probably the biggest reason that altcoins will take a shitload of a hit. I can name a lot of reasons. Man, the Bitcoin ETF could get rejected for all we know. Probably not, but hey, it could, right? There are so many reasons why the market could come down, right? There could be a black swan, right? I don't know, right? I don't know, right? So do keep in consideration that if you feel very bullish right now, don't get carried into it too much, okay? Because crypto is notorious for letting you believe that this is going to happen. You focus all the way on that and you be like, yeah. Pah! No, not gonna happen. Fuck off. And you are wrecked. And people, they get depressed or, yeah, even worse. But probably. Why do I say probably? Because, again, the ETF is a very big narrative. We are getting closer and closer and closer to the halving, right? And the closer we are to the halving, the more I am convinced that such a big crash won't happen. And the whole narrative is now also different as we really have some good altcoins in this cycle. We started with bullshit like Dash, Litecoin, Dogecoin. Then we went here with Ethereum, right? And yeah, all these altcoins from like DEXs, right? Like Unicake, altcoins that we absolutely don't fucking need, by the way, but that we do have and that are okay, performing well. And now we are getting in the cycle where altcoins are actually having use case. And that will keep them up until a certain level. The difference is that at the time the bottom was made, the risk was extremely high. Now, when we see a good correction, we don't have to deal with this high risk anymore. And what do I mean by that? Well, at the moment that I fucked up my line, at the moment that this bottom was made, here, we were in a complete free fall, right? And the thing is that once you are in a free fall, you know the saying, right? Don't catch a falling knife. if you try to catch it, you catch it here, bleed your hands up, buy, you know, your dick gone, and like, and here eventually, hey, at some point the bottom is there, right? But either you have to be very lucky to just feel like, okay, let's ignore all of this and just catch this bottom in the hope that it is, and it was, right? Or you got all the bottoms, including this one, but you have to go up very hard to make up for all the losses right here, right? Now, if we, let's say, do go down, the risk is a lot lower than here. Why? Well, because here it was 1.5 years until the halving, right? That's the pre-halving year, and that's a year where altcoins get wrecked. A lot of altcoins died right here. Here, it is now just a couple of months until the halving. Well, if an altcoin has a little runway, they will survive that, right? And then when the market turns bullish again, they don't even need something. They just go with the market. It doesn't matter anymore. So the risk is a lot lower. So don't take this channel, please, right? Like, so I get these comments, I feel like, man, you guys are not paying attention. Like, not you, but sometimes there are a couple of people that I feel like, hey, but I haven't even said that, right? And I don't want you to get wrecked. Definitely not. I want everybody to make it. That's why I'm sitting here, right? Don't take this channel as your bottom indicator, because just like everybody else, I won't and I will never be able to predict the bottom of anything. Nobody, including me. I personally rather make a 20x with medium risk than aim for a 40x by taking very high risk. And again, that's what I show right here, right? I can here say, hey, the bottom is in, right? And buy in the hope that I bought the absolute bottom. And if it was and it go up, yeah, then I make a shit ton of money. But there's a very good chance that it's not the bottom and you go down 50% or more. Or you buy into a project that turned out to be that or whatever, right? So what I do is I rather wait for the bottom to be really confirmed. And what confirms the bottom for me? Close to the halving year, well above and holding the bull market support band, for example. There are a lot of indicators. I will go over that in another video. But I will rather wait for the bottom to be confirmed. Then, if it has a good dip, put some good money in right there. Did I miss out on the 2x maybe right here? Yes. But like say, that's what I say right here as well. If you feel bad about missing a 2x in a market that will provide you 50x's in the next 2 years, you should take a step back for a while, right? I don't care if I miss out on a 2x, right? If I know that I will make way more in the future, I don't need to time the bottom because I feel like, shit, I missed it. Like, whatever the fuck, you can go up way higher than this, right? But that was also part of my strategy, where I said a lot on this channel. And I did the same as Benjamin Cohen for a while, right? When it comes to his strategy. A little less extreme because he is really picky about the bottom, I think. But what he said is what I did as well, and that saved and made me a lot of money, is not buying altcoins, but buying Bitcoin, right? And I've done that since October 2022. Now, if you look in October 2022, that was here, right? Here. So, October 2022, what did the altcoin market do? Well, went down, went up, went down, and now it's above that, right? So, was that like, okay, for the last 2 months, hey, fucked up, right? But a lot of people, they only hear not buying, not buying, not buying. But I also said that, what I'm doing is I'm buying Bitcoin. Dollar costed Bitcoin $1,000 every week, right? And if you do take a look at altcoins on their Bitcoin pair, yeah, what do you see from October 2022? Here, it was the top, right? So I here said like, hey guys, no altcoins. And what happened? Altcoins crashed against Bitcoin. And instead I've been buying Bitcoin. So I can now turn that Bitcoin if I want, right? I think it's not the right time yet. But if I want, I can now convert that Bitcoin into altcoins, and when it really goes up again, boom. So I first rode the Bitcoin wave, made money on that, dodged this whole way down, then converted into Bitcoin right here, Bitcoin into altcoins right there, and when it goes up, I ride that altcoin market. So I kind of ride two bull markets, right? It's a safe strategy because the entire bear market basically, well, accumulation market, you've been in Bitcoin instead of the risky altcoin market, made money on it. Bitcoin did a 3x, right? And then converted into altcoins and then ride that wave. It's fine, right? I mean, if you look what like some people, they say like, yeah, if you were in this altcoin, yeah, then you're gonna pick the specific ones. There are outperformers, there are underperformers. I'm not in a financial situation where I feel like, oh, I'm just gonna guess and this is that gets all my money. In hindsight, hey, if I put everything in Casper or Nakamoto, yeah, fuck yeah, right? But unfortunately, these are a couple of exceptions. Injective, like you can name a few, definitely, maybe 20 even. But if you consider that there are more than 1 million altcoins out there, then it's very hard to pick exactly those, right? And that's the hard part. But if you look at Bitcoin this year, 160% up. If you look at the altcoin market, 193% up. Slowly, especially this month, altcoins have been outperforming Bitcoin. But overall, it's not a difference, right? It didn't matter this year if you were in altcoins or in Bitcoin. You have the exact same reward. The only difference is altcoins are like, yeah, more risky than Bitcoin. So therefore, this strategy was something that I love to apply. And next year, I won't do that. Next year, I will jump heavily into the altcoin market. I'm already quite into the altcoin market. But that's like because I have a lot of Launchpad tokens. I have a little trading portfolio that I also show on the Patreon. With Moonbag, like with $1 million market cap kind of tokens, that if they do a 3x, I'm gonna take my initial out, and I have a little leftover back from the last bull market, and the ones that survived now, hey, made me money instead of just recovered my losses. But my big money is still yet to enter the altcoin market, and that money is not going in today, right? Because if you look again at the altcoin market, yeah, is it sitting more at the top or the bottom? Yeah, I'm not buying into such a pump. That's not like, I get that the FOMO is tempting, but look at such a chart and be like, should I maybe not just wait a little bit? And I know once it was here, it looked the same, right? And you also should have asked yourself that. And in hindsight, it turned out, well, it was a good call if you got in. But it's not about being right or wrong. It's about risk reward, right? It's about look at a chart and be like, okay, is it likely to go up or down from here? Well, if I look at this chart, it is freaking likely that it goes down instead of up. Right? But it doesn't mean it cannot go up first anymore, right? It's still a matter of odds and chances. Yeah, if something has a 90% chance, it doesn't mean that the other 10% can win now and then every now and then as well. Right? But it's a matter of chances. That's all it is. But yeah, so if you look at my videos and you be like, you missed the bottom. Yes, everyone did. Like, please, everybody missed the bottom. Very autistic, but nobody bought exactly this. Nobody. But I guess that, and I get it, that this also sounds as the bottom, right? Or this right here. People bought that, definitely. And either these people are extremely good at what they do, or they can be very lucky, right? Or, like I said, people just been dollar costing, right? And they bought here, they bought here, they bought here, they bought here. So they also bought here and here and here, and their average is somewhere here, and they're probably in a little profit right now. And like I said, with Bitcoin, that's good. But with altcoins, yeah, it depends on what you bought. Right, like I said, if you bought, for example, the hex kind of altcoins right here, yeah, you're wrecked. You fucking wrecked, man. Yeah, and if you bought the injectives and the nakas right here, then you're up. Like that's the casino of the altcoin market, and therefore it depends. Like, hey, what kind of money are you playing with, right? Is that worth it for you? If you have $1,000 and you feel like, okay, eyes closed, put it in, wrecked, hey, then you can do that. But for me, it's my job, right? I have a little more money than I used to, so I'm a little more conservative with it as well, right? Like if you have $1,000, yeah, you are not gonna make $1,000,000 if you play it safe, right? That's simple. So you have to take risk. But if you have a couple of $100,000, you can play it extremely safe and you're pretty much guaranteed that you're going to make $1,000,000 in the bull run, right? So it depends a little bit. Adjust to what you have, I would say. That's the best thing. But yeah, now missing the bottom, that should not be the goal. The goal is not losing money in the first place, not taking big risks in a market which is already risky enough. And when the bullish momentum is confirmed, start DCAing the dips, at least with the amount of money that like I said, if you have a serious amount of money, then in my opinion, that's the best approach. So if you feel bad about missing a 2x in the market that will provide you with 50x's in 2 years, you should take a step back for a while. Because zoom out. Just zoom out, man. It doesn't matter. Remember, crypto is all a speculative, risky piece of Ponzi. And more than 80% loses money in a full cycle. And that's including a bull market. Don't aim for millions right away. Just aim for being part of the other 20% first, right? Believe me, even if you start here and you ride this whole market, most people end up being broker than what they were when they started. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. People don't know how to play this market. Why? They have $1,000, right? They put it in. They have 2K. Nice. Cash out. Goes up more. Fuck. More. Fuck. More. Fuck. More. Fuck. Okay, let me put it back in. Down. Fuck. Panic sell. Goes up again. Fuck. Buy. Wrecked. It's just what people do. It's just what people do, right? It's the emotion of people, right? Go against your emotion. If your emotions are telling you to do this, do that, and you will be fine. I can promise you that. That worked for me really good, really good. If I do like what the little voice in my brain is saying, you should buy right now. What the fuck are you? You should not be a financial investor, little bro. don't. It's very important to not lose money in the first place. And also, if you made money, keep that money. Because a lot of people now, they might be sitting on big profits and they might feel like a genius and be like, oh, I did so well. I have 5-6x to my portfolio and the bull market is yet to start. And they were maybe lucky, right? And they try to approach the next run in the same way. And they are not that lucky. And then all that money, bloop, it's gone. So the moral of this video, I don't even know what the fuck the moral is. It's been half an hour, man. I'm having a sore throat. I'm gonna wrap it up, but I hope it was a little useful. If it was, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the Patreon. We do a lot of good calls right there, following influencer wallets, exclusive videos, etc. A lot of stuff, man. So happy to have you there. Take care. See you soon.